Load is light. It's a path of least resistance. It's just being his friend. That's it. You serve him because you damn well want to. You wouldn't have it any other way. It's fighting the good fight, and it's just winning friends for him. That's his money. We see money as representing everything valuable in this world, materialism, possessions, and all the accoutrements thereof. But to God, we're that money. And we got to use our talents, okay, wisely to try to win friends for him. And it shouldn't be hard because he's a good God, and it's written we'll not lose our reward. Anybody that does something for him, you're going to get it back manyfold. Okay, I promise you. I make very few promises, but I have enough faith, this much, to believe that's true. That really God values us above all else, the souls of men, us, human beings. Believe it or not, that's the reality. That's the paradigm. You're very important to him, very important. Your esteem should be through the roof, but humble too at the same time, filled with humility as his kid. Say, God, thank you for giving me every good thing, everything good about my personality and character, everything good I've ever experienced, all my five senses. And likewise, God, I don't blame you for anything bad. It's not your fault. You had to give us free will choice. And evildoers have been running roughshod over the righteous because they've abandoned their conscience, their integrity, their honor, their reputation, their very soul. This is why they rule over us. They'll murder us to get their way. God, that's horrible. I don't want to be like them. I don't want to resent them. I don't covet anything they have. I want to be like you, God. I know you're going to win this battle. And it's all coming down. This is the point in history where it's all hitting the fan. The rubber's meeting the road. The righteous are going to be vindicated. God's name is going to be vindicated. Nothing bad is his fault. People have free will choice. These human beings that say, I choose to be a genocidal maniac. That's it. They're hiding behind this coronavirus thing now and this racism thing now, the George Floyd thing. These idiots coming, oh, yes, who is this elitist-looking scumsack? He looked so vile. He looked like a demon. That was just the hate and let's hide behind Andrew Jackson. He was a really bad actor, even though he was shot at by a lackey working for the Federal Reserve, no doubt, who he tried to eliminate. I'm just saying we should throw the baby out with the bathwater, okay? Nobody's perfect except Jesus. So you're not, when you condemn other people, guess what? You condemn yourself. When you dehumanize, the other side, how do you know that Andrew Jackson didn't repent of being a slave owner? How do you know that he's not going to be in heaven? So when you go, you think you're going to go to heaven because you tear down the statue of Andrew Jackson, then you find out he's in heaven? How do you answer that? I hated you. I hated what you represented. I hate you. You go to heaven with your hate in your heart, resentment, unforgiveness. What goes around comes around, my friend. It's called karma. Okay, so just think hard. Consider very carefully, okay, where you're going from here. Okay? Telling you, though, listen, with the measure we judge others, we too shall be judged. That's why I say, if you need slack, give slack. We're all just humans. Don't look to any human being to be perfect. It ain't never going to happen. I was thinking about today, I really got a beef with paying to park. I don't like parking meters, pay to park machines, none of that crap. In fact, you know what? I'd like to get an attorney on board, maybe a group of attorneys pro bono to work, as this is an unconstitutional thing. Nobody should have to pay for parking anywhere in America. Unconstitutional. You already have to pay the registration for your vehicle to park in a public place. So you're forced to pay twice, double jeopardy. No, unconstitutional. I don't like it. I don't like anybody telling you have to pay to park. And that's why I'm so opposed to the Chamber of Communists. Because that's one of their things, is getting people, oh, it's a good thing. We created jobs, and it's good. We're good for business. But we all know that the interests of business and workers has been at odds since the freaking beginning of history, virtually. So don't give me this crap. Yeah, get rid of all parking meters. No more pay to park. First come, first serve. Stay as long as you want. That's the way it is. I've never been a defender of corporations, big corporations especially. This PG&E, they're taking a lot of heat. They're being crucified. I don't get this, man. Because what happened in Paradise, this campfire, the least little thing could have set that off. A kid playing with matches, how often does that happen? Okay, lightning spark. A piece of glass that got magnified by the sun. Somebody throwing a cigarette butt out of their car. Think of all the sundry sources of ignition. A catalytic converter coming in contact with dry weeds. Anything could have done that. Anything could have triggered that fire. Because PG&E happened to be the one. I mean, it could have been a million things after that could have done it. I'm just saying, listen, I just think it's goofy. I mean, and now the heat is on these people. They're so stressed out. They're buying all these helicopters, checking things. And I think one crashed a while back, killing the people on board. And the governor's breathing down their neck, saying, you're on notice. So if I was working for PG&E, I think it'd be very uncomfortable. I'd be very humiliated. I mean, everybody's and wanting somebody to yell at me or give me the evil eye. I mean, what a pain in the ass. They're just human beings. Hey, you look to a corporation to be perfect. You never make a mistake. I'm just saying, I'm no vested interest. I don't have a penny of PG&E stock. Okay, that's the reality. I'm just saying. Okay, that's all. Continuing here, I want to let everybody know, listen, I am hamming it up. Okay, I'm not a stupid man. I know how to act, how to pretend, and how to ham it up. And remember, I explained why I do that. It's just like teaching a child. You've got to impress upon them sometimes some things, and that's what I'm trying to do. So it's okay when it's understood that way, that sometimes you have to make an impact and impress something upon somebody. And this is serious, though. This is life and death. But even that, because, well, how serious is that when you believe in eternal life and the body accounts for nothing, and this is a spiritual way to think? And yeah, I get that. But you see, fighting the good fight means getting involved in other people's injustices. And that's what I do, and I'm very passionate about it. So there's a lot of real me, sincere, genuine me coming through. But, aren't we all, at the end of the day, actors on a stage like Shakespeare? I think it was Shakespeare that said that. But, I care. I really am passionate, but that's real. That's genuine. I really care. And that's the way I love my fellow man. I want that back. I mean, this is how I am happy, is by being approved by God, by serving him of my own free will and accord, just being his friend. His yoke is easy, his load is light. The path of least resistance is just keeping a pure heart and preaching a pure heart. Saying, God, turn to God in prayer and, pour your heart out, having a very intimate, personal, individual relationship with him. He loves you like nobody else can. He knows you and understands you like nobody else can. He's the one that can fix all your problems, all your misgivings. He's the one that can make sense out of the senseless. He's the one that's saying, hey, come over here. It's good. I love you so much. Listen to me. In a cool breeze, listen to me. With the birds singing. Listen, see my love in the flowers. See my love everywhere. I love you. I love you. I value you more than anything. You're the most valuable thing. And I want our values to be the same. Value one another. Love one another. That's what it's all about, my friends. So, it's okay to ham it up once in a while. But in social situations, personally, I don't want to scare anybody. I don't want to intimidate anybody. And, that's just the way it is. I want to be the nicest guy I ever met. Today's the first time I've ever done this show in my flip-flops. But, it feels kind of good. I mean, why torture myself? It's so dang hot. Why wear shoes and socks if I don't need to? So I'm not. And it's the first time ever, but it feels really good. I won't be doing that in the winter likely, but... I keep trying to be a better human being, and that's the best any of us can do sometimes, is just keep trying, keep praying, and letting God know what we want versus, what's going on with us, and we got to watch the thoughts we attach ourselves to. Say, let those thoughts come, because sometimes they're crappy thoughts, and think, that's not the person I want to be. I reject that thought, and we're to come from the pit of hell. That's not me. No, this is the person I choose to be, the one that's approved by God in his thinking. Like this racism stuff. You think God approves racists? No. You think he approves economic injustice? No. Okay, I'm on to some thoughts. Well, friends, I got to end it there. I was going to go on to some thoughts from the last couple of weeks, but I'm going to call it quits right there. Listen, best to everybody. Listen, if you feel a little nuts lately, it's to be expected, okay? It's not easy being human, and under the pressure and the duress we're all under now, okay, we need God all the more. So listen, best to everybody. Have a great weekend. Have a great life. And we'll talk again.